Is it possible to provide information per district on how much assistance has been given? I'm curious to know how many people in my district.
Yeah, so I know that we can do it by zip code. That's the easiest way for us. But yeah, we can certainly do that.
Okay, even zip code, it's a roundabout idea. I'm also curious about you said the 2/3 that are turned back on. Can you tell me about what's the gap that they're going without water? Like how soon are they getting turned back on?
So 2/3 didn't ever even get cut off. They dealt with us before
okay.
we actually went out. We gave them a
I
week
see.
heads up. They never got turned off.
Okay.
Then of the 1/3 that got turned off, 2/3 of those got turned back on.
I see.
So I think that percentage is about
Okay.
20% or so. And generally speaking, within a day they're turned back on.
Oh, okay. So the remaining 1/3 of the
Of the 1/3.
1/3 is it? Do you guys go out and check to see? I mean, if it's a home with people living, or I mean, I just get worried that
Sure.
there's an issue.
Yeah.
Safety.
Yeah, so if it's obvious that somebody's living there and we turn it off, we will reach out to code compliance to say,
Okay.
hey, they don't have water. Normally, we continue to read the meter, to make sure that there's no usage, somebody hasn't turned it back on. But when we do that, we'll usually make sure it looks vacant. And then if
Okay.
it's not, then reach out to code compliance.
I mean, my concern there is maybe you have, or maybe there's an opportunity when you know that they've been turned off, is maybe a more targeted outreach to get on a payment plan or something like that, if it's possible, if you know the ones that have been turned off.
Yeah, and we can certainly try to do that on the ones that are not restoring service, see if there's some outreach, another phone call. But they've already received a lot of outreach in advance of that, and whether it's notices that they've gotten in the mail or phone calls, but yeah, we can certainly look at that.
What is the number? What is the number of the 1/3 of the 1/3?
So this is what I provided to the board back when I gave them a briefing in July timeframe, and it was about 5,000 customers that had not restored service.
Wow. Okay.
And that was not just residential; that was included commercial.
Is the residential number higher than commercial? Is it more residential than commercial?
Well, we just have a whole lot more residential customer connections than we do commercial, and so the delinquencies are certainly higher because of that. But I think just disproportionately, yes, more residential than commercial.
Because I can sort of understand a commercial property might have moved or closed their business. The bigger concern is the residential number.
Yeah, and I do think probably they've moved on to somewhere else.
Well, I'd like to see how I can work with you guys, maybe to help them to understand. I've been to a lot of fairs that you guys attend, and I really do appreciate you. You guys really do a great, and CPS does as well, outreach to try to get people to get on a payment plan. I think sometimes when they're very delinquent, they're stressed and they're afraid to talk to you, and they don't understand that there's opportunities. So sometimes we can help with, because either we have a relationship with them or we know somebody in the neighborhood that might know them, just to kind of get to them and help them to understand that there's options for getting their water turned back on. Okay. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councilwoman.